Hello friends, and thank you for your interest in this course Water Supply Engineering. I am Manoj Tiwari from School of Water Resources IIT Kharagpur, and I am instructor for this course. So, this course actually is on water supply systems. So, we will be discussing throughout this course how we set up an urban water supply infrastructure for supplying water from the resource to the consumer end. We all very well understand that water is one of the most essential commodity required for life. It is basis for the life. Assuming a life without water is impossible. We have been basically searching water even on the other planets to see if there is a possibility of life. So, that is what is the importance of water. Now, although the water is available in natural systems, we know that major part of the earth is in fact covered with the water, but most of that water is the saline water which is there in the sea. So, that salt water which is not fit for consumption by the human, by the animals or by the ecosystem, that leaves us with very little water. In fact, of all the water, just barely 0.7% water is the fresh water available for human being. Almost 97% is the saline, and then rest is in the form of glaciers and ice caps. A major fraction of that is in the form of glaciers and ice cap, and that is also unavailable. So, the water that is available to us in form of the surface water or the groundwater is very limited, less than 0.7% of the total water, and all the human beings, ecosystems, animals are competing for this water. So, access to fresh water is very crucial for survival. This has been recognized under the sustainable development goals as well. UN has come up with right to water and sanitation. So, under right to water they say that there is it's responsibility of the governments or responsibility of the state agencies to ensure adequate quantity of safe acceptable water at affordable cost to each individual in the within the limit of the state or each citizen of the country. So, that is what is the cruciality of the water. Now, why we have floated this course? So, basic motivation behind this course is that we all understand that there are issues related to the availability of water, or rather limited availability of the water. Water is available in abundance at some places, even if you talk about fresh water sources, and it is available in very limited amount at many places. If we talk about our own country, we have eastern coast and eastern sides very rich in water resources, fresh water resources, while the central part Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat, these are relatively much drier state with very limited availability of the water. So, it is natural distribution, and we have very limited control on that, we can't do much about it. However, with whatsoever resources available, so whatsoever resources are given to us, within that resources we can still solve several problems, we can still resolve various issues with proper engineering solutions and effective management practices. So, the idea of this course has come from there, that the very basic motivation behind this course is that if we employ all the knowledge and information available in this domain, how can we reduce or eliminate the issues related to the water supply. So, this particular course tries to make an attempt to equip the learner with the knowledge and skills which will be helpful in dealing day to day issues related to water supply. This includes water treatment, water distribution, as well as it will try to equip the learner with some of the managerial skills, including decision making and execution or implementation of the various schemes and plans. So, that is what is the basic motivation behind this course. The content that we will be discussing in this course throughout the semester. So, we will start, of course it is a 12-week course. So, we will start with the basic introduction, in which we will cover why this is important, why water is important, and then we will discuss how the water resources are spread in spatial and temporal way. So, the distribution of water resources, the availability of water resources, what are the major uses of the resources, and that kind of thing, and we will try to have a basic idea of various elements and components of a water supply system. Then week 2 we will be moving towards discussing the demand aspect. So, how much water one need and how we can get this demand estimated. So, estimation of the demand, then what are the various reasons for which this demand fluctuates, because water demand fluctuates a lot. We may have different water requirement on a particular day and very different water requirement on some other day. We may even within a day we may have high water requirement during the morning hours when we go for bathing and cooking and all those activities, very limited water requirement in the afternoon. So, what are the fluctuation in the demand and how these demands are estimated, that will be discussed in week 2. Then week 3 we will be talking about intake. So, water is available in its resources, either groundwater or surface water resources. So, how we withdraw the water, what kind of equipment, what kind of mechanism, what kind of setups we need for withdrawing that water, and how we select a location of intake and what kind of system we install for withdrawing water. So, that will be discussed in week 3 when we discuss about water intake. The next few weeks will be dedicated on the water quality and treatment. So, what are the various aspects related to water quality and what is the role of the treatment in water. So, basically when we talk about water supply system, we have different components in a overall urban water utilities or water supply systems. So, there has to be recognized a source of water, from there we withdraw the water, then we treat it, purify it, make it safe or fit for consumption or fit for usage, and then it goes to the distribution system. So, the part of making a raw water to bringing it level of a usable water or water which can be used for the designated purpose. So, this part will be covered under the treatment. So, basically the improvement of the water quality. We will discuss various conventional and advanced systems for the treatment. Then we will go to the distribution network. So, what is the layout of the network and how a distribution network is planned. We will discuss about water losses and controls, because once water is withdrawn in India particularly, if we see in several cities that water loss in the distribution is as high as around 40%, many places even higher, up around up to 50%. So, whatsoever water is withdrawn from the resources, half of it or almost half of it goes unutilized or wasted or goes through the losses. So, how to recognize that and how to control that, we will discuss that aspect. Then we will talk about advanced water distribution design approaches, where we will talk some of the software for the network designs, including WaterGems and EPANET. We will cover automation in the water supply. So, what is the role of various sensors, what is the role of SCADA kind of systems, and how we can control it in much more effective way with the automated systems where we eliminate the human errors. And in the last week we will discuss some of the economics and pricing aspects related to the water, in order to see how we can what are the various economic instruments to manage the water, even the how we can basically manage the demand by using the economic instruments or other aspects, and how we make the system sustainable by recovering the cost of the services, because water services, bringing water from a source to the consumer end, requires certain investment, requires some money, and it cannot run on subsidies for always. So, we will have to think of a sustainable mechanism, and if we want, there is a physical sustainability component, but if you want a financial sustainability of a system, we have to think about pricing the water and recovering the cost as well. So, what are the aspects related to water pricing and economics of water? So, that will be discussed towards the end of the course. So, that is what we plan to cover in this course, and I am hopeful that I will be able to put in some knowledge or some information in the viewers or in the learners of this course, so that they are more equipped or better equipped with the tools, techniques, knowledge and skills related to the managing urban water supply system in terms of engineering as well as management aspects. So, I look forward to your company throughout the course, and thank you for joining. Hope that we will be interacting over the next 12 weeks when the course comes online. Thank you.